Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. My goal with the podcast is always to share with you everything about healthy eating. So it's not just like what we eat and the exercise that we do and all of those kind of things, but I truly believe that as women, there should be a focus on our wellness, on our self-care. And so with Mother's Day coming up in Australia soon, I thought it was the perfect time to do an episode on self-care habits, especially for busy mums, busy women also, but especially for busy mums, that can make the biggest impact for you. Because I know that as mums, you can relate, you often feel forgotten about. You feel like that you are the last thing on your to-do list. And today is the day that we change that. So I really want to share with you some of the small self-care habits that I do as a busy mum that can make the biggest impact. And I want to share them with you in the hope that they will help you to start making yourself a priority too. And we want to make you on your to-do list. We want to bump her up a little bit. Even if it's just one or two pegs, we want to take her from you being at the bottom and moving her up a little bit. Now, I have this quote that I want to share with you, and it's something, I can't even think if I read it or heard it, but it's one that has stuck with me, especially as a mum and having two children. And it's this: it's not me last, it's me too. And it's really helped me to shift the way that I see myself. So I know as mothers and as mums, we prioritize our children. That is our natural human nature instinct to put our children first and to put their needs above everything else. And it's what we do. But this quote has really helped me to stop completely making everything about them. So it's not me last, it's me too. So I always try and use that quote as like a bit of a prompt, as a bit of a reminder, especially on those days or those times or those months where you just feel like I've literally had no time to myself, no second to myself. And I'll be like, hang on a minute, it's not me last, it's me too. Like, what's my me too? What am I doing here as my me too? Am I completely just ignoring myself? Am I making some time for myself? And like I said, that quote is something that's really stuck for me, has helped me to make myself a priority again, especially during those times when I did forget or life gets really busy, and it just reminds me to get back to like making myself a priority as well. So you have to ask yourself, where's your me too? Is there no me too for you? Is it just everything about them and nothing about you? Or are you just always last all the time? Like, it's something to really consider, because what I have learned is that it's not something that will take a toll on you immediately. It is something that will creep up on you over time until you eventually burn yourself out. So it's really important that you include me too in your week of things that are on your to-do list. And that's a really simple thing to do. Write out your shopping list and put me too at the bottom. If you're putting something on the fridge and what you're going to make for dinner, just put me too. Like, use it as a prompt to remind you to also show up for yourself as well. Now, before I get into these small self-care habits that you can adopt and that you can take on as well, and that are simple and easy and that can have a really big impact for you, I want to start by saying motherhood and being a mum is the most incredible journey that I've ever been on. But I'm not going to lie, it's also one of the hardest, and it's not talked about enough. As women, we're supposed to be like, oh, motherhood's wonderful and it's this and it's that and we love it. Yes, all those things, but it's also damn hard. It is really hard, and it will test you beyond your limits. And I can say this is for all ages. It's babies, it's toddlers, it's teens, like whatever their age is, they will test you. And it is the most incredible thing that you will do, but is also one of the hardest. And the mental load of today's woman is huge. I truly believe it is bigger than it has ever been in previous generations. We as women are expected to do it all. And I don't just mean do it all. I mean, do it all with absolute perfection and be exceptional at it in everything that we do. Okay. So, and this is the thing, is that one thing that I can guarantee for sure, and that I know, is that women are incredible and they get it done. If it's through sickness, through illness, through pain, through grief, through exhaustion, we'll get it done. We will find a way to get it done on our hands and knees. We will get it done. So I really want you to take this moment to celebrate yourself, as a mum, how you show up for yourself, how you show up every single damn day when you're absolutely exhausted for your children, for your family, because we don't do that enough. We don't celebrate ourselves enough. And like I said, the pressure and the mental load on women in this generation, I believe, is like nothing that we've ever experienced before. We're expected to work full time, but also raise our children full time, also look after ourselves full time. You know, we're just expected to do it all exceptionally, and we are expected to do it all perfectly all of the time. And if we can't, there tends to be a bit of negative feedback, and we tend to get looked upon in a negative light if we somehow can't seem to hold everything perfectly together. So I just want you to take a moment to celebrate you, the way that you show up, and all of the amazing efforts that you do for everyone that is around you. Now, how can you show up and take care of everyone else but still take care of you? So that's where that me too comes in, okay? So the biggest thing that we have to learn as women and as mothers is that it's not selfish to take care of yourself, all right? I know, especially when it comes to women working out, I will speak to women and they'll say, oh, but I feel guilty for going to the gym. Or I feel guilty for leaving my kids and my husband or my partner and going to a Pilates class. You shouldn't feel guilty. What you're actually doing is you are creating a positive role model for your children, that your wellness and your health is important and that it is part of you being a healthy, well-rounded human being. It's not selfish. And what I have learned over the years of being a mother is children learn by watching. They don't listen to what you say. They watch what you do. And if you can go and make some time for yourself, for your health, for your body, for your exercise, you are therefore then setting your children up for success and creating a positive role model for them. So please don't ever think that going to the class, going to the gym, go for a walk, whatever it is selfish, because I promise you it is not, and that you are actually doing a positive thing for your children. Now, we've all heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't. If your cup, your internal cup is empty, you have nothing to give anyone else. You have to have something in your cup to be able to give it to someone else. That's just the truth. And I'm sure that you can relate. Think back to those times where you are just burnt out. Life is kicking your ass. You've got so many things on. You just feel like, oh my God, I just can't do another day of all of this stuff of work and dinner and kids sport and all of those things. that's too late. Like when you've gotten to that point, it is very hard to start putting things into your cup. You should always have something in your cup. Now, let's be honest, we're busy women, we're working women for most of us, and the cup's not going to be full all the time because that's just not realistic. But we should always have a little bit of something in that cup as a reserve that we can draw on to take care of ourselves so that we don't get to that point where we are completely exhausted, completely burnt out, and we have nothing left to give ourselves and nothing left to give anyone else. And I feel like I've done a fair bit of, I would say, trial and error, experimenting on this particular topic of like small self-care habits for busy women. I feel like I've tried lots of different things, and I have learnt over time this one thing. And the biggest thing that I have learned about how to show up for myself and for self-care as a busy working mum is it's the small things. It is the small things that matter the most, and it is the small things that have the most significant impact on myself, on my children, and how I show up for myself, okay? So I want to share with you some of these really small things, some of my top favorite self-care wellness habits, and give you some ideas of how you can find some me too moments in your busy day also, because I realized self-care as a busy woman, it's not the spa day. Now, I wish I could see you right now because I'd like to see a show of hands of how many of you have recently gone and spent a whole day at the spa. Yeah, I got nothing. Like nothing, literally nothing. Like I couldn't even go last year, 5 years ago, nothing. But we associate that self-care with, oh, it's got to be a spa day or a massage. And I think the biggest problem when we do that is that we're waiting and we're not making the most of those small moments in our everyday, because a spa day for majority of us is not reality. And if we're waiting to feel relaxed and calm and put something in our cup for a spa day, we're going to be waiting a very long time. So I've learned that it really is the small moments, and you can get a lot of joy out of your day and a lot of self-care and a lot of wellness and nourishment and good feelings for yourself from those small moments. So these are some of my favorite ones that I want to share with you. So you might want to pop these in your notes folder on your phone while you listen to the podcast. And even if you just do one after listening to this, go, you know what, I'm just going to do that one. That's going to be my focus, and that's just what I'm going to do this week so that you can be me too instead of me last. All right, number one. This is probably up there with my top ones, I would say, and it's this: romanticizing the small moments. All right, let's face it. The small moments are all us gals have. We only have small moments. So it's the half a second here, it's a minute here between work and school drop-offs and packing lunches, and that's what we have. That is all we have, is those micro mini moments. So I have learned over time to romanticize the small moments in my day. So what do I mean by that? It might be having my coffee out of a really bougie cup. Like if you follow me on social media, if you don't, the ActiveBod, but I love a good cup. I love a good coffee mug. I have a cupboard full of coffee mugs because they help me to romanticize that small moment. I recently bought one and it is so cute. It is huge, like it barely fits into my hand. It's pink, beautiful pink, and it's got cute little red strawberries all over it. And I love it. And every time I make myself a coffee out of that cup, it feels like a little moment for myself. So if you are listening to this and you're like, oh, yeah, actually, Jen, you know what? My coffee mugs and the cups that I drink my coffee out of, it's really skanky. And it's got like a chip out of the side and it's got stains in the bottom. Go to Kmart and buy yourself a $5 mug. Okay, go and do that for yourself. That is one small way that you can romanticize your coffee, by having it out of a really cute or a really bougie mug. Another one I like to do, if I'm having like those nights where you don't want to cook and you're having a girl dinner and you're like, you know what, everyone can just have whatever. You can have this. Oh, I'm just going to have a girl dinner. And you might have some crackers, some cheese, and I'll put it on a nice plate. Okay. And I will have my drink, and it could just be soft drink. So it could just be like Diet Coke, Pepsi Max, whatever it is. And I'll pour it into a wine glass and I will have that with my dinner. Again, it's another little way of just romanticizing the small moments. And it might sound silly, and if you've never tried it, you'll probably go, right, but Once you try it, you'll go, oh, I understand this. It feels like a little moment of something for me too, instead of always me last. So find those tiny moments in your day, your morning coffee. Another good one is, which I like to do, is I will try and, if it's obviously not freezing cold or whatever, I will try and sit outside and eat my breakfast. Being in nature is very calming. It is very relaxing. It is so good for you. Like just sitting and looking at the plants in your garden or the tree in your backyard, it can actually be very good for your wellness, for your mental health, for your clarity, for your calmness. So try and find those moments. And it can be at work. Instead of sitting at work at your desk and working and still working on your laptop, go, you know what? I'm just going to get outside and I'm going to sit out on the bench out near the park and I'm going to have my lunch. It's those small moments that have the biggest impact. So really try and find some ways to romanticize the small moments in your day. Number 2, stop multitasking at meals. We rush so much, a ridiculous amount of time that us women, us gals, we just rush from here to there to the next thing, to the next thing. And we're often, to get all the stuff done that we need to do, we are often multitasking at meals. So that means, like the example that I just gave, it's being at your work laptop and eating your lunch at the same time. It's folding the washing by shoveling in your food at the same time. It's like replying to the kids' school email while you're scrolling on your phone and trying to eat a snack at the same time. Stop multitasking at meals and slow down, okay? It does make a really big difference. It makes a difference to how you feel, to your digestion, to your gut health. Slow down and eat your food mindfully. And again, it starts to go from the meal. For me, the best way I can explain it is it's like the meal goes from something that you have to do to something that you really enjoy doing. So it used to be, oh, I've got to have lunch. I'm so busy and I'll just shove this in while I'm sitting at my work laptop and I'll just do it. It goes from being that to, I'm going to put my phone over there. I'm not at my laptop and I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to spend 10 minutes eating my food mindfully. Again, it's that slowing down. It's that calming. It's that, because we just don't have those moments in our lives anymore where we're not doing anything. Because of technology, there's always something that we have to be doing and we multitask. So slowing down your meals and stop multitasking will start to make you feel like you're caring for yourself, and it will feel like wellness. Even though it sounds like such a simple thing, it will start to feel like something that you can enjoy and that you're happy to take the time to do, rather than just, crap, it's 10 o'clock or this and I've got to eat a snack, or it's 12 o'clock and I've got to have lunch, and just something that you have to do on your to-do list. Number 3, this is definitely up there for me with the big ones, planning or prepping a high-protein breakfast. I was the girl that was like, why would anyone bother meal prepping a breakfast? Like, I could understand meal prepping a lunch to take to work, but I could never understand why people would meal prep a breakfast, because I'm like, you could just grab a coffee and a juice and a cold piece of toast and head out the door. Like, why would you waste your time doing that? Now, I'm so passionate about this that I started my own meal prep company. If you don't know, I am the founder of the Real Nourish meal prep mixes. We do a protein crumble, we do a high protein pancake bake, and they are for breakfast. So for me, breakfast and having a high protein meal prep breakfast is a form of self-care. I can't explain it to you. I don't know what the magical powers are that happen, but when I open my fridge in the morning and there is a breakfast staring at me that's ready to eat, it's like the angels singing, oh, because it's there. It's like a moment of self-care for myself. It's like, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to make it. It's just there and it's ready for me and it's delicious. And also too, it becomes like a moment of self-care for myself. I've shown myself some nourishment. I've made sure that I've nourished my body at the start of the day, like I said, instead of eating a cold piece of toast and a hot coffee. So again, it's sort of contributing to that feeling of wellness and that nourishment and looking after myself, instead of, oh, well, you know what, I haven't got anything to eat. So that's the other one too. It's either cold piece of toast or it's a skip breakfast. So having a high protein meal prep breakfast that's ready to go in the fridge is a self-care daily habit that I swear by. Okay, tip number 4, daily movement. We need to increase our daily movement every day, okay? I see it as self-care, not as something that I have to do. And again, that's shifting the way that you look at movement. It shouldn't be, oh, I've got to move my body to lose weight. No. Like, losing weight from moving, that's just a byproduct. Moving is incredible for your body. And finding ways in your day to move your body a bit more is going to make you feel better. It's going to improve your sleep. It is going to improve your flexibility. You're going to feel more calm. I don't know about this. Think about this. Like, again, I don't know the magic and about what happens, but I want you to try this week. You're feeling really stressed and overwhelmed. You've had a crappy day. Instead of sitting on the couch watching Netflix and eating chocolate, go for a walk. Just around your area, just around the suburbs, just go for a walk. Notice the shift in the mood and your attitude and how you feel, even if it's 10 minutes, just from going for that walk. And that's why daily movement is so important. It is part of your self-care. It is part of your wellness, and it shouldn't be something that ends up at the bottom of your to-do list. All right, tip number 5. And this one is really important. And I've definitely noticed a shift in this one as I've gotten older, as like my kids have grown up a little bit, as there's definitely been a shift in this thing. And I think it's something as women that we need to definitely pay more attention to. And it's making time for friendships. Get yourself out of the girl chat. Stop staying in the girl chat. I don't know, and this is the problem, it's this self-care stuff that we have as women. And part of being a woman, your self-care is talking to a girlfriend, laughing with a girlfriend, having a meal with a girlfriend, going for a walk with a girlfriend. You need to make time for friendships because friendships are connections, and friendships for women are especially important. Okay, that's how we connect with other women. It's how we connect with other females. It's how we share our problems. We share the good times. We share our laughs. But because life has gotten so busy, it's really common to talk to women. And I'm like, when did you last go and catch up with a friend? And they're like, oh, yeah, nah. And you're in the group chat and it's like, what, 100 messages trying to pick a date that everyone can catch up because someone's got sport, we're going away. It's someone's mum's birthday. And it shouldn't be that hard to catch up with your girlfriends and with your friendships. So make a real effort to text that friend, hey, let's catch up. And you know what? It may not be this amazing, perfect catch up where you can do dinner and drinks and all this stuff. Just say, hey, let's go for a walk. Let's grab a quick coffee. Let's even just have a phone chat over the phone because both of us are super busy. But making time for your friendships is important for your self-care. It is important for your mental health, and it is also important for your wellness. So get out of the group chat, get out of the girl chat, and start actually meeting and doing things in person.
If you're like me and you have a busy life and you want to start your day successfully, which for me is a high protein breakfast, I love using the Real Nourish products. Their pancake bake or their crumble are my favorite. Like, no brainer. There's nothing that comes close to these products. You literally make them in minutes, and when they're cooked, they make 3 generous serves. So you eat it feeling like a queen, like you are full, your belly is satiated, and you are ready to start the day. And the last thing you're going to be doing is thinking about food for a few hours. That is for sure.
And number 6, and I've kind of touched on this one just a little bit earlier on in today's episode, but my last tip for you today of these small daily self-care habits that you can start to do as a busy mum so that you feel cared for, so that you feel loved, so that you feel like you're not the last person on your to-do list every single day is number 6. Do a mental reset and be still. Do a mental reset and be still. Now, what do I mean by that? In today's world, we have zero stillness. And that's why you'll notice that things like meditation apps and YouTube meditations and all of those kind of things, also true on Spotify, are having this massive surgence because they are forcing us to stop, to have that mental reset and to be still. Like, be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, even today or yesterday, go, when was the last time you just sat still? Like, sat still and did nothing. And that means not folding the washing. It means not flicking through movies on Netflix. It means not scrolling on social media. It means not replying to the school email. A time recently where you sat still. You just were still, just in that moment with yourself. And like I said, we have zero of that. And that is what is significantly amplifying the stress and the anxiety and the overwhelm that we all feel on a daily basis is because there is no time in our day where we are still. So just set a timer. If you want, put some relaxing music on, put some rainforest music on, or some ocean sounds if that's your thing. Put that on. Turn the telly off, all those distractions, have your phone in another room, set a timer and just do 5 minutes. You will feel your whole body go from being tight and tense and really sort of stressed to relaxed. You'll notice that your jaw will unclench. You'll notice that your shoulders will come down. You'll notice that your breathing will slow down. So really try and find some time for that mental reset and just be still and have zero to do, because it will help you to fill your cup. Okay. All of these little tiny things, romanticizing the small moments, stop multitasking at meals, having a high protein breakfast, making time for your friendships. All of these things will help you to, like I said, unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, feel less sort of tight and tense in your body. And I know you know what I'm talking about. You know that feeling where you just feel like you're just hanging on, your teeth, you've got your hands and you're just hanging on for dear life, just waiting for the next thing. What's on the next to-do list? What have I got to do tomorrow? What have I missed? What am I not organizing? What's for dinner? It's just this constant mental load that we experience as women. So we really have to find ways to romanticize these small moments in our day in order to take care of ourselves too. And it's that me too. It's not me last, it's me too. And just before I end this podcast, I just want to remind you, you don't need the big moments. You don't need the big moments. You don't need the big spa day. You don't need the big gestures to start to feel good. You can start feeling good for yourself just by doing that me too. It's 2 words, me too. Not me last, it's me too. It's not guilty. It doesn't make you a bad mother. It doesn't mean that you're selfish by saying, hey, you know what? I've done all this stuff for you. I'm going to go to Pilates. It's me too. And like I said, it makes you a better mum. Okay. And I truly believe that it sends a positive message to your children that burnout's not a good thing. Mum's no good to me if she's a complete mess and is burnt out on the floor. It's showing them that their mental health, that their self-care, that their wellness, that their movement, that their food, all of those things matter. And when you do that, you're being a positive role model for them. You can fill your cup up. And then when your cup is overflowing, that's when you're able to give it to other people and to your kids and to your family. I hope that you got lots of little tips of how you can take better care of yourself with these tips in today's podcast episode. If you are in Australia, have the most amazing Mother's Day. You are incredible. Take some time to celebrate yourself. And like I said, these are tips that you can do all year round, not just at this time of the year. You can start doing these things simply, easily, all year round and including them in your life so that it's not me last, but it is me too. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all in our next podcast episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @TheActiveBod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.